So today we are gonna check the website of one of the very famous plastic surgeon in the US, whose name is Dr. Naderi. He has a clinic with the same name, and he has some colleague which do the surgery in his center. Dr. Jessica Kulak, Dr. Erica Anderson, Dr. Alexandra Snodgrass, and Dr. Naderi himself. The investigation that we do is for all the people who want to choose this sort of clinic, and the criteria is based on the warning that the International Society of Aesthetic Plastic Surgery gives to the patient, or they have mentioned tourists, for whoever wants to choose a doctor should take care of this criteria. What is the surgeon's training? Is certified? He is certified or not? He is a member of recognized national and international plastic surgery society, and what kind of language they speak, and what kind of aftercare service they will give. So all of this criteria we are going to check together. So the summary is actually this is not the only one who give this criteria. The other one is UK Parliament. If you go to the page I can say 15, you can see the same thing: professional advice available to patients seeking treatments abroad. But the same thing is given as an advice here. So let's check together. If you go to the doctors, you can see there is a standard. If the person is the part of the global organization which is recognized by other surgeons. First, the good thing about this center is that the name of a doctor is here, so you know who are you going to do the surgery on you, and you make sure that these are the people who are going to do the surgery on your body. So firstly, these things, these are very famous associations, medical association globally, who recognize the doctors with acceptable degrees, I can say, with good background. To tell you the truth, when the doctor is the member of that organization, the logo is given to her or him to be recognized in the website that the doctor is doing the activity. So when the logo comes here, it means that this doctor, Dr. Jessica Kulak, is the member of facial plastic surgery, which is one of the very famous association in the US. Or for example, Dr. Erica Anderson is one of the very famous, is the part of a very famous associate of medical surgeons, which is American Society of Plastic Surgeons. So this doctor, for example, is not actually the member of anywhere. If it should be, the logo should be here. And also there is a doubt, I think, about Dr. Naderi, because he could put the logo for himself as well, but actually when you check his background in other pages, you see that he is a member of let's check Dr. Naderi. You don't see, this is a college. Actually, this is if you check the logo, this is not ABFPRS. The logo comes here, but the logo is not any of this center which is mentioned here. So he has been given, this is not an award, scientific award. This is just for medical, for marketing purpose. For example, Real Safe is a medical. This is all for marketing purposes. It's not the thing here. There are so many things here. These all are awarded by community marketing centers. The one that is recognizable is this one. Who is who also is for marketing purposes, but there is one here. This is a letter which was awarded in I can say when is done. I think I can say the letter was given to him. The date, I think I saw the date, but anyhow, he was someday in the past he was being awarded as a cosmetic surgeon by this society, but it belongs to the past. It's not new. So all the thing that you can see, for example, these things, all these societies are just real self, top beauty doctor. All this is for marketing purposes. So what I can say is that Dr. Naderi actually he's a surgeon. He has a degree, but at the moment he is not about these famous societies which is mentioned here. So we can say Dr. Kolak or Dr. Erika Anderson is member of this. This is about the background. So let's check together the and one thing more here is that because they are a private clinic, if you check other private clinic as well, they don't mention anything about the previous infection rate or fatal rate, and this is very insisted on by this government of UK. Definitely you want to go and choose a doctor, ask about the previous infection rate, and it can be a negotiation point for you who want to decide whether to choose this center or not. If they are honest with you and announce their previous fatal rate or infection rate, it means that you are going to see an honest people. If not, they just say there is nothing from the past. So you are going to see some people which are not honest with you. To check the reviews of the previous patients gives you a very, very good hint who are you going to meet in the operating room. Actually, most of the American doctors don't have reviews on Trustpilot. Trustpilot is much more, actually we can say, broadly reviewed center for this kind of business, and they have a better mechanism to choose which review is fake and which review is not fake. But you can see 60 review here for Dr. Naderi, and if you go to you can see there are 5 stars and bad ones. What I do is go and review the bad ones. So let's see. I had a terrible experience with a nose job with Dr. Naderi, and I was treated extremely poorly when I expressed my dissatisfaction. So the problem here is that Dr. Naderi doesn't answer. So it means that there's a problem with after sales care. Or this one, extremely unprofessional business, super rude when I had questions. Dr. Naderi, I'm so sorry you had a negative experience. Definitely not the typical experience. Hope we can make a better impression if you choose to give us another chance. So when you have a nose surgery, I think giving another chance is meaningless, because you cannot give to a doctor to give your nose to be cut for 2 or 3 times. Or if this is page 3, if you go to page 1, you can see all the bad reviews. There are good reviews as well, you can read off, but this one, there is a patient who has put the picture of her nose, and there are lots of complaints. Primary rhinoplasty performed August. My top complaints were deviated septum and blah blah blah. My profile is nice, but that's not the only part of it's nice. So there problem is that it is not what I mean. There are some problems, and when he complained. So let's see what is the reaction of the Dr. Naderi. You are a lovely person. We would have much preferred keeping these private discussions of your nose healing in person rather than discuss it online. But since you have shared multiple points and brought up, so Dr. Naderi is saying that why you put it online. So this is the right of a person to put it online, because it could prevent other people to come to the Dr. Naderi. Trust me when I say we share your frustration. You had 3 meetings with Dr. Naderi prior to actual surgery. You were told clearly that with your very thin skin, your delicate nose anatomy, and with your history of multiple traumas in the past, and so you can see there is an answer, but the problem is when you have a nose surgery, you will be very sensitive and you cannot do it twice or three times. I don't think Dr. Kulak has experience giving Botox or dermal filler. So the answer is, we are sorry you had a negative experience. Dr. Kulak is amazing and very skilled, but it is impossible to tell how some people react to fillers. So the good thing is they answered, this center answered to the bad experience individually, but bad thing happens. So you should be careful and should do your own research. So the criteria is reading the previous reviews carefully and see what is the problem. Check the certificate of the doctors and whether they are the member of the global authority, medical authority or not, and it should be updated, and be aware of this marketing certificate, which is not valid at all. So, and this is the website that you can read a lot about how to choose a doctor. I think this is for today.